I can never understand why they even do this. Why they even come out and make these claims. ISIS is just a stage show theatrics affiliate of CIA, of Mossad. So, and CNN's a function of CIA and Mossad. So they're making claim of a hoax that everybody knows they orchestrated. Doesn't it seem redundant? Look at the S&P down 33.3. ISIS claims responsibility for Istanbul attack, quote unquote attack. Stage show. So basically CIA is claiming to have done the psychological operation, and CNN, the spokesperson for CIA, is really being redundant and proclaiming that they did it because we already know that. We already know that the CIA involves themselves with stage operations around the world in which nobody gets hurt, nobody gets killed, but all the same effects of terror event still occur, like the fear and the propaganda. We're just gonna watch this for the sake of whatever, I don't know. But like I said, they're being really redundant when they say ISIS claims nightclub shooting. Like, the fact that CIA runs the fake event itself, like, CNN, like, is CIA. We don't have to get into this. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Can somebody help me out why they pump the media like this? They don't need to make the claims. We know that it's a staged event that's just trying to entice fear in everybody to talk amongst themselves. Because the people don't understand. Most people don't watch the news. It's just word of mouth. It's a secondary source that validates it. So when you hear, somebody you've known your whole life say, "Oh, did you hear about blah?" It has way more impact. And that's where the problem is. If people actually focused on the outlets that are projecting the news instead of their friends regurgitating it, maybe they would start to catch on. But they just don't because of their life and their self-importance.
Marks of an ISIS attack, and now we're hearing allegedly from the group in a Twitter statement claiming responsibility for that deadly nightclub
This ricochet shit is pretty
one of their soldiers carried out the attack on
famous
one of the most popular nightclubs while Christians were celebrating their holiday. And I think
this is another Christian one. This
bared all the hallmarks of an ISIS attack, and now we're hearing allegedly from the group in a Twitter statement
this guy
claiming
sucks.
responsibility
He's looking down at his
for
script.
that deadly nightclub shooting, saying that one of their soldiers carried out the attack on one of the most popular nightclubs while Christians were celebrating their holiday. And I think it's important to note that most of the victims, many of them, of this deadly attack were not Christians. They were Muslims going out and celebrating the new year. This statement went on to say that the government of Turkey should know that the blood of Muslims who get killed in by Turkey's planes and artillery will be set afire inside their country. And this is referring to...
Oh, there's the triangle. There was the motion of the triangle. Did you see that?
Their country. And this
upside down?
To Turkey's current battle against ISIS.
That clip was completely on purpose. Because there was a freeze frame of it in the photo gallery if you watch the other video I did on this. But see how it's not there? And the umbrella's covering it? Look at the symbolism and just in this little tiny, tiny thing. Wow. A lot of freaking cops. We are guised from the, what is this umbrella? It's like a flowered umbrella? It doesn't make any sense. If this is the, barricaded cop line, there's a few, armored vehicles back here. What the heck? This is like a floral umbrella in between the line of police.
This is referring to Turkey's current battle against ISIS
wow,
in
okay.
neighboring Syria.
So it was lit up before that.
Inside
See
their
it?
country. And this is referring
And it goes
to
underneath
Turkey's
the umbrella and
current
it
battle
turns blue.
against ISIS in neighboring Syria.
And basically becomes invisible camouflage. Pretty weird that they would use that clip, right?
Currently conducting a deadly battle in the city of Al-Bab in northern part of Syria. But we need to note that we cannot independently verify this statement, and nor has ISIS given any details about the gunmen who they say carried out this attack. But right now, a massive nationwide manhunt is underway.
This guy's on his stomach?
Looking for anyone who may have helped him carry out this attack.
When it was updated, 6:47 a.m. Eastern Time can be broken down to 66 and Jamachia 4 and 7 down to 11. I've seen those. I like that.
The hunt is underway for the attacker.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
The gunman will be apprehended.
I gotta pause this. I did a video during the summer about this neon yellow. They sported it during the Olympics. They've been stringing this color. And people will say that's crazy, but I swear this color is involved with the terror events. It's in the Kingsley shooting. It was the Nike like, it was what they all wore, the U.S. Most of the athletes. The runners. And they just wanted what the video talked about was how they were like tying in that color to Rio and the shitty conditions behind Rio and the wealth gap that was shown so much. Or that wasn't shown on TV, but it was talked about, the sewage problem. They were just like talking about the crime in Rio, and they did that whole psyop with the swimmer. But that color was pretty prominent. It was a couple of the famous knee shot. I mean, it could just be a popular color. I just think I don't know. I don't think of it as being fashion, but I could just be stuck in the Stone Age when it comes to that. I have no idea. I just wear the same stuff. So I don't know.
More do you know?
That's the difficulty, is they've pretty much kind of kept the rest of that information quiet as to exactly, for example, where they might be.
Yeah, so it's this weirdish greenish yellow color. Looks almost like construction worker reflective yellow. It's right here, you know. It's just crazy that they're able to, like, let's see if I can get that video up. So I actually did 2 videos on neon yellow up to this point, but watching Truth Virus he did that video on the Ricochet, and I saw the neon yellow, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I've seen it in some other psyops too. I should have been keeping track of it. I can go back. I'm just going to go through a couple freeze frames. And I think I might be slightly colorblind, but I'm not going to try. I'm trying not to hear my voice. I'm going to mute that. So, yeah, we have, forget his name, Andy something. The niece, see that little yellow there, and the shorts. I guess that's not as yellow, but those shorts, if you go to that video, were pretty bright yellow. This was a suicide bomb in Germany. I was stopping it there for the 33 on the car. And there were some 33s in the back on the menu. But I saw again the yellow there. One other thing before I forget, the 320, if you break that down in gematria, actually has the same gematria as suicide in Jewish gematria. You know, in a simple one. They still had the yellow. They were showing the press. And then here's the Kingsley. Yeah, now looking back at the video, that's something that strikes my eye is this like monolithic structure here. It's probably like an electrical box, but they have it in the frame. This was a coded event. This was linked to Nice with him playing with the toy. That's what I was talking about. That was in August. And I thought I was being a little bit abstract, but now I don't even think that that's as abstract of a thought. That though these two psyops were related, because there was no way in hell that this Kingsley shooting was real. Like, it just seemed like so ridiculous of a story. Like, he was on the ground with the child that he was playing, and instead of the person that wasn't responding to the police, the person that was responding to the police with his hands on the ground, like, got shot. It didn't make any sense at all. You know, I was saying that the triple stack of Jello and the triple stack of cups was 33 symbolism, and I thought I was like being a little bit abstract with all this, but looking back at it now, hell no. He's looking at a truck. Like, this was, I don't know why I have it framed, but yeah, he's looking at the truck, and it was, you know, 6:03, 90 degrees or 9 something there. I have no idea what that is under there, but another 9. So, and then she has it too. His wife. I forgot. So it was like he was wearing it during it. She was wearing it in the interview. And it's just like, he's like, I said, don't. He had his hands up. He's like, don't shoot. And then he got shot. And the other kid was playing with a toy. He said, I am he was a specialist for autism. It was ridiculous, though. He had his face in the cement, hands above his head. These, you know, obviously during the Munich, all these dudes were wearing their little things. Because it's basically the same color, in my opinion. But during the Olympics, all these guys had this. It was like the color they were teasing the U.S. teams. See, why do a lot of athletes in Rio wear yellow shoes at the Olympics? Because it's the only color Nike did that year for the Olympics. You know, those aren't the shoes, but their line is really neon in it. You know, look at these. The color is exactly the color that she had in her scarf. So they were really embedding that color as being... See, this is their whole line that came out that year for sports. And, you know, cross-training. And they, you know, they played it up so people would want it. So in my mind, with the background I have in some, you know, marketing techniques, would basically do exactly the same thing. Which it helps them tie all the events together, very simply. And because it's done in the unconscious, what the person who's a victim to it, it's done in their unconscious. So they're not even aware of it, but hopefully pointing it out makes people more aware. This is wardrobe. She doesn't wake up and go, oh, I'm gonna wear my neon yellow and then my black trench coat. No, like, this is all matched to the lipstick. They're touching her up like 3 seconds before this goes on. They're making sure there's no flyaways in her hair. Everything is like perfect. And still, you'll get that to happen. You'll get, you know, but that's during windy conditions. They gotta shoot it, whatever. But when they come out with this, it's just like, yo, these are the two most powerful colors in the marketing industry. That's why McDonald's has it. That's why Coca-Cola has red. I mean, I don't have to say that. That's almost common knowledge. restaurants use red because it entices fear, and fear causes you to consume, causes you to want to fill an empty space with something that calms you. I mean, we don't really need to go into this, but she's...
An upscale nightclub that's right on the Bosphorus River. It is an...
Like, I just can't get over this whole, like, triangle,
but
because
the
I saw...
government says they do believe it is simply
I saw that
person
in the,
that they are hunting down as
photo
we speak.
gallery.
Now the question is, how long will that take? And will
What was that? What were those numbers on the side there?
How long will that
A calendar?
take, and will any other attacks occur before they're able to apprehend this person? This place was an absolute scene of a massacre inside of what you are seeing behind me, which is the nightclub, an upscale nightclub that's right on the Bosphorus River.
Right on the...
Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. Absolutely. It's just gorgeous. But back to what happened. 10:01. Back to what happened. It was just a bloody massacre with body parts and just, oh, it was awful. Just awful. Awful. Shut the fuck up, lady. You are just awful.
Glowing place where people have been coming for many years.
Centuries. People have just been coming here and dining. And now this horrible thing has just happened. Bloody as hell. Bloody as all hell. Just blood all over the place.
It really is one of the hot spots, the place to be, and especially on New Year's Eve as people were hoping to ring in the new year and also hoping that 2016 would not repeat itself. In 2017 here in Istanbul, there has been attack after attack after attack, this dashing all hopes that things will change this year.
That was pretty cool how she said attack after attack after attack right when it said 10:02. Oh my good God. Breaks down to 3 and she's just doing the repetition for the ingraining. CNN should be getting sued for this. None of it, this isn't reporting, this is a fear ad. I know it's going to be tough, but we're going to listen to this lady's emotional narrative about Turkey's terrorism last year. Because I think I caught something.
It really is one of the hot spots, the place to be, and especially on New Year's Eve as people were hoping to ring in the new year.
We know they're reading a script, but what I noticed here is that she might be reading a script and, well, I know they do this where they have it, the pace of it, like it's kind of like the karaoke. I don't know if it's the words are lit up or it's scrolling at a certain pace, but I'm thinking almost like the words are lit up because her hesitation during that was so in sync, and she's talking about the reeling in of the new year, and it was 10:01, and then she hesitated as I'm watching her look at something, obviously reading the teleprompter, but it's like the pace of her dialogue was also dictated through the teleprompter visually. Maybe I'm crazy, but watch it now that I've said that.
It really is one of the hot spots, the place to be, and especially on New Year's Eve as people were hoping to ring in the new year and also hoping that 2016 would not repeat itself. In 2017 here in Istanbul, there has been attack after attack after attack, this dashing all hopes that things will change this year.
Again.
There's been attack after attack after attack, this dashing all hopes that things will change this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought she was really pacing the way she said that to line up with the switching of 1 to 2. Maybe she fucked up and it was supposed to be a little bit earlier and it happened right on hope. Seemed kind of bullshit to me. You guys can watch it back and see what you think.
And Sarah, in your view, why do investigators believe it was this club that was attacked?
Yellow. In a V.
They don't know
Down.
yet, but there are some ideas that this is an area, really, Frederica, that is one that is filled with clubs. In fact, right across the street from this nightclub, there's another nightclub. You go...
Another quick edit narration, because this video is wicked long at this point, but they had to do a blue filter on the most prominent video of the event so far to get you to trust it, because it doesn't even look like shit. It doesn't look like anything. And while she's explaining to you the horrific event, she's wearing black, like as if she's at a funeral. And she's, you know, got the bright yellow warning scarf on. Give me a break.
2 streets down, and there's another 2 nightclubs.
Again, with the post-editing narration, I don't want to make this wicked long, but are they kidding? This is more evidence that she's pacing her dialogue to match the time over here. 2-2. She said something about 2 clubs. I don't know. I don't even want to go back, but rewind it. It's ridiculous what they're doing here.
So it's kind of a have-been place here where a lot of people from around the world like to come and enjoy themselves, and this may have been a message about the Western lifestyle that people see as being led here. And this is also Istanbul, a place
the Western lifestyle. All right, here's that one shot where I can't tell if I see blood. I don't know. There's another angle where it looks like there's blood. I'm not going to make a comment, but you know how I feel about all this. A lot of this, like, there's a kid here. I don't know.
Right in the middle of it. It always has been, with Asia on one side and Europe on the other. And
see,
this
these
may
are
be
like
a
the
message.
same. I guess they all run the same photos. That's kind of weird. So they all this press run the
Tell you
same.
that we heard from a witness who said she is absolutely
This is
certain
like what this is
that after
on
all the shooting, she heard
Getty
the suspect
Images,
say,
right?
"Allahu Akbar."
Oh, she heard him say it. Yeah.
It's
Just
snowing,
wanna
it is freezing, people so
say
scared
something
that
at
they're
the end
willing
here.
to risk jumping into that cold water to get away from this gunman. A lot of terror.
This guy. I'm not even gonna do a video on it, but this is what makes me mad at the world, that people believe in this, in his lines and his demeanor. September 5th, I also did a video, Angel Cologne, the neon yellow legend. More neon yellow terror coding. He's got a little yellow on his thing. He's got yellow here. He's doing his walk. This is Inside Edition. Yellow doctor thing. I mean, is this a doctor thing or is that for the club? I don't know. He's got that on there though. Because how many hospital bands do you have? Yellow on the little walker thing that he's got on her shoe. Again, it's on his wrist. Oh, that's a bandage, sorry, but this is the hospital thing, so what, this must be his, like, alcohol band? His little IV thing's, like, neon green, but it's more green. I don't know if that's what I was pointing out there, yeah. I don't think that one is as yellow as this one. But yeah, he's just, they tried to, that was a big plug for Inside Edition, so again, that's the same color as the scarf. Yeah, the video on CNN just happens to be 2 minutes and 16 seconds long that this is in. But they did a good job, like, blending this. They matched, like, the coding of this CCTV or whatever this footage is of the ricochet to the background here, kind of like where she is in this map. And this is the focal point. If you kind of like cross your eyes and blur the image, you'll see the main things that they're trying to highlight here, and it's like a V shape down, or L, with the neon yellow. I think it's a clear link through all the terror events, and the fact that, like, our fashion is in that state right now where I feel like they're, like, rerunning the 80s yet again, or 90s to 80s again, with the bright colors. And it all works out for them because now everyone's just in a state of fear and consumption and hate rather than love.